Oh my god. Hello guys. Hello. Oh my god, that's a lot of I need to make slow chat a little bit slower today. How are we doing today? Today is Sunday, right? Oh yeah, happy Easter, guys. Thank you, Pawa. I'm doing okay. I'm doing alright. Thanks so much for asking, Sunny Mooney. Hi, hello, hi there. Did I do anything for Easter? Yes, me and my best friend painted some like eggs. Well, kind of. It's like decorative eggs, you know? I'll post on my Instagram story on my personal account, but I didn't post it as a video yet, but I'm gonna do it today. You got baptized today! Yay! Congratulations, Sunny. Thank you, Asher. Thank you. Yes, we painted a little bit. It was fun. It was fun. We just like, I sorry. I don't look tired. I just have less makeup on than usual. Like I didn't put my concealer on and stuff like that, you know. Thank you, Sunny. Does this have anything to do with the memory issues you just posted now? I don't really talk about my stuff when I do mental health streams. Like, I just like to talk about mental health, you know? Like, whenever people have questions on something, just like share my own personal experience, you know? Okay, I was on Sundays, but today one of my workers brought 2 bunnies to church for the kids. Oh my god! Oh, that's so cute, Azora. Oh my god! Oh, that's wonderful. I love it. Give me a second. I'm gonna get myself a little treat. Give me a little second. How my mental health streams work? I pretty much just talk about stuff. Sometimes people just share whatever, like how they're feeling about things in life. And if I feel like I have my own story to share, you know, like my own experience to share, I just do it, you know. Like it does, like it's not necessarily like, again, I do like to give a disclaimer. I forget sometimes, but I'm not a therapist. I'm not a therapist, so like if you have other troubles, you should definitely seek one, and you know, find help. I recommend, because I went to therapy myself, and like I was at therapy like for like 4 years, I think. I'm not sure. I think, yeah. And yeah, basically I just like to share my own experience, you know, what helped me through the things, and like how my journey was, you know. And yeah. Okay, Sunny, have a wonderful day. Is it normal to not feel anything for a while? I don't know if it's normal, but I had it. I had it a few times. I remember this one specific time when I was like at my therapist, and I just like was wondering myself, because I was like, I told her, I was like, I have no, like, I feel no emotions at all. I feel numb. I don't feel like excitement. I don't feel happy. I don't feel sad. I don't feel angry. I just don't have any emotions at all. Like, I just don't feel. And like, and I also don't want to do anything, you know, just like, so. But I'm gonna be honest, it passed after a few days. Sometimes it just needs like, it passes, I think, after a while. Obviously it's different, because I think she said like it was, I think maybe she said it was a depressive episode. I don't know what exactly what it's called, but it was just like temporary, I think. Because again, like it was better. It was better after a week. So, you know, I do think you could say it's normal, because people do experience it, you know. So you're definitely not alone going through this, you know. But I'm just saying it gets better, it passes. Right at in the moment when you're going through it, you don't know when it's gonna pass. You just exist. You simply exist. And then slowly, through little details and small things, you just like start to be yourself again. Guys, don't be scared to open up to a therapist. I think it was maybe kind of easy for me to open up to my therapist. I think I just carried like so many things like to my, like I've been carrying so many things for so many years, like, and like kept it to myself, where I felt like I just it felt like for the first time I was able to pour it out completely. Yeah. I'm doing great, guys. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. Yes, thank you, Zora. You know what? I'm gonna, let's, you put it very well together. I'm gonna pin this so that people know. Interesting. The fact that I have so much to say but nothing to say at the same time, yeah. I think sometimes it just takes time to go through your own emotions. It's kind of like, I think it's sometimes just like so much you don't know where to start. So it's like, you need to take time and go through it, you know, little by little, step by step. Have people stop telling you AI will take over yet? No. People never stop doing this type of things. It's like, I cannot control what people do, you know. The only thing I do control is like my perspective on it and what I allow to affect me or not. And I'm gonna be honest with this, does not affect me. People saying nonsense that I just know that it's not true, like, and does not align with my morals at all. It's just like, I don't let it affect me. I don't know, I guess I have this like perspective on life when I know like sometimes things are just the way they are and people are the way they are. And there's nothing I personally can do about it. So like, but what I can do is just like, you know, change my perspective and just not stress myself over things that I have no control over, you know? V, what do I do if I can't go to anyone but want to? I feel like I can't get my emotions out and I'm just depressed. I've been trained to tell myself that I'm being dramatic because of my parents. Aww, I feel you. I know what you mean. Yeah, that's something that I went personally through like a lot when I was like in school many years. I didn't really have like anyone to go to or like to, that's what I mean, like I carried it with myself for like so many years. And give me a second. And basically, sorry, let me change that quickly.
Where is my plushie pouting, JK? FR change is hard.
Yeah, I know. Thank you so much for donating, Alu Parata. Thank you. Yeah, the plushie must arrive soon. They must arrive next month. So that's good. What was I saying? Sorry. All right, sorry. When you don't know who to go to, so yeah, basically I was talking about like I understand what you mean because like I had a similar like experience and I've carried like with me for so many years because I just didn't know like who to tell or like what to say. I remember I kind of told my parents that I think like I might be depressed during school time, but they also brushed it off, you know, they just brushed it off. Funny enough, not long ago, a few months ago, I think I talked to my mom and she said that her opinion changed about it. She understands now that like I did have depression probably, but she just didn't understand back then why, you know, she just didn't know exactly how it works. But at that time it was definitely a struggle for me to like open up to anyone about how I feel. The thing is, I would love to suggest therapists because they do listen, you know, but I know that you may not have the opportunity to, and I'm literally trying to like think more realistically right now. So like in case you cannot go to like therapy, you know, and you don't really have anyone else to talk to, maybe try journaling. Journaling is like, you know, just pretty much like you know, like a diary where you just like write down your thoughts and like how you feel through the day, you know, where you just like put everything you've been feeling and thought like on a paper. I know it may sound silly, but I think it's just like simply this like outlet when you just carry so many things with you and like you never like really like say it out loud or just like express it. It's just gonna keep piling up. But I think maybe, you know, putting it in a little journal and just like fully without like holding back, expressing how you feel, you know, how your emotions make you feel, like what are your thoughts, you know, what do you think you're about your thoughts, just simply like what it's pretty much like almost putting your thoughts on a paper, like just whatever comes into your mind, just put on a paper. Because I think it kind of helps you to feel like you said it out loud. And I think maybe for now it's a good like, you know, option to do that. Because I know back then when I didn't have anyone to talk to, that's the point, I didn't have anyone to talk to. Like if you would tell me like, hey, don't you think you can tell it to your friends? No, I just told you I have no one to talk to. So like, and in that case, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think if I would talk to my younger self, I would tell her to try to write all that she feels down on a paper and keep it as a journal. Because I think at that time when I was just like keeping everything inside, it would have been healthier to actually just like allow myself to experience and feel those. Oh, sorry.
I started journaling in 2020, on and off, but it helps. A lot. It helps get the anger in my heart out of my chest and into something that I can look back and realize, yeah, you have every right to be mad.
Sorry, hold on.
Hey, I love your content, it helps a lot. Any advice for feeling unappreciated for your efforts and dealing with conflict? Love your stuff, sparkling heart.
Yes, give me a second, sorry. Give me a second before I lose my thought. I need to finish it quickly. Well, since like Alo Patra, thank you so much for donating. And thank you so much for sharing it. I think that's a very helpful insight. Thank you very much for sharing that. It helps to, you know, to get the anger out of your heart, you know, and just put it out into something, you know, so that it's no longer just in your heart, but also like existing in the outside world, basically, you know, so like you don't carry it with you all the time. And yeah, I mean, I guess as you can see, there's like an example for you that journaling helps people to, you know, let out whatever they feel like, and just it helps, you know. So yeah, like I said, I think personally my younger me would have helped a lot to actually journal things down and just like allow myself to feel my feelings and experience, instead of just like just putting it away, you know, just ignoring it. And also, Cassie, thank you so much for donating. Wait, sorry, what was your question? Hold on, let me see. Give me a second. Hey, I love your corner. I was lost. Any advice for you? Unappreciated for your efforts in dealing with conflict. Love your stuff. Do I actually have an advice? Sometimes I myself have struggles still to deal with things. I'm a human being. I'm 25 years old. I have so much life ahead of me, and I'm still learning how to do things. So yeah, sometimes I'm pretty much going kind of like through the same kind of like struggles maybe as you do guys. Because, you know, dealing with conflict type of stuff. I'm thinking for feeling unappreciated. Well, the thing is, like, I don't know exactly what you mean with feeling unappreciated. Like in that sense, I guess you mean like doing something, you know, and just people like maybe not really like paying attention to it, you know, and just like not saying thank you and just like not appreciating you basically, you know, for what you do, and like just simply for you being you. Efforts and dealing with conflict. I think that when it comes to feeling unappreciated to your efforts, like for your efforts, I'm losing my thought. Give me a second. I'm losing my thought. I think that when it comes to, you know, like, why am I losing my thoughts? Oh, wait. No. Wait, why is it happening? Hold on. I'm not able to put sentences in my head. They're just like all flying around in my head right now. They're not in a straight line. They just like, I need to put the words together. Sorry. Any advice for feeling appreciated for your efforts and dealing with conflict? So, I think whenever I felt like maybe unappreciated, like from my efforts, I would have to like understand that it's just like from my perspective, and everyone else has like a different one, obviously. So like maybe the things that like obvious for me are not very obvious for other people, you know, or they don't really know like how much effort you put in, you know, because I personally put in like a lot of effort into things that other people maybe seem as like simple. For example, I'm bad with words. I stress so many times to try to put my words together. Like lately I'm just like trying so bad like to understand my thoughts and just put my thoughts into words in the way I actually mean them, because I'm very afraid of that the way I'm gonna say it is gonna come out like completely different. And I think that's why sometimes I start to stutter. I stutter and then my sentences don't make any sense, you know, just like, because sometimes I see when people look at me and they don't fully understand what I'm trying to say, but that's because I literally don't know how to express myself sometimes. I have trouble being vocal about like exactly what I think. I don't know why, but I'm just saying that I'm putting like effort into doing things that like maybe are obvious to others. I don't know, but man, I think I completely started talking about something else. I'm sorry, but I also understand that again, we all show our effort different, you know, because we're all very different. We do things differently. So at the same time, what might not seem like a lot of effort to you is probably a lot of effort to someone else, you know, but you can't always tell that, you know. You can't really look into people's minds and know what they're thinking and doing. So, and that's how I think personally. And with the people that I trust and love, I know that they, even if they don't say it out loud, I know that they appreciate me for who I am and what I do, you know. If I feel maybe insecure sometimes, where it's just like feel like maybe people don't see how much I'm trying, you know, because I want them to know like, hey, I'm trying my best. Like, it's not like that I don't care. I'm really trying, and I'm just scared that people think that I don't try. Even when my insecurities like may be a bit louder some days, I just like remind myself that I know that the people that I love, they know that I put a lot of effort into things and they do appreciate it. Even if they maybe don't say it out loud, they do appreciate it. Just like a lot of words, but I don't know if it made any sense. I think what I'm trying to say, sometimes maybe our head, you know, gets a little bit loud, and in case it's bothering you a lot, I do say communicate it. If you feel unappreciated, you know, and it's been like for a while like this, I do obviously recommend to communicate it with the other person to see what their perspective on this is. And yeah, I guess we'll see just like how you go from there. And I know that maybe sometimes you're kind of scared that it's gonna be a conflict if you're gonna speak out about what you feel. And I understand it. I hate conflicts. I try my best to avoid conflicts. However, me trying to avoid conflicts results a lot of times in me just like ignoring my own feelings, like, and it just piles up over and over again.
Hey, so this is kinda weird for me, but do you have any advice on how to deal with abandonment and kinda betrayal from now ex-best friends? _scared.
Okay. Yes, in a second. Give me a second. So yeah. I understand the problem of being scared of conflict, but I think sometimes we just think it's gonna have a bad outcome. And like, I think it's just personally, for me personally, like back in many years like ago in my life, like me simply sharing my feelings and like how I feel would always result in a very, very big conflict. And it's just like, you know, trying to let go of that. I'm currently trying to also learn how to, you know, speak my mind without being scared that it's gonna be the end of the world, you know, because again, I'm human too, and sharing my feelings, you know, just simply to share them without having any conflict in mind should be okay, you know. So try to communicate it. I believe in you. We can do this. Okay, thank you, DeLuca. Thanks so much for the donation. Advice on how to deal with abandonment or kind of betrayal from our ex-best friends. I was very scared of being abandoned back in school, which led obviously to me being bullied for many years. Because like I actually had this topic like a few days on my Instagram story, I think. I don't know. Well, you did say that they're like your ex-best friends now, so I guess you're already like in no contact with them. So I guess all I can say is just like a little reminder that there are so many people on this earth, and they're like, when I cut off contact with my friends from school that were like not healthy for me, I thought it was the end of the world. I literally thought it was the worst thing ever. I was so scared. And it was actually pretty much a blessing in disguise, because I actually met, like at that time when this friendship ended, I actually met people who showed me like, you know, how to love myself and like how to appreciate myself. And those people became pretty much my family. And it's like so crazy to me, because I've been like my whole life, like even in school, I thought to myself like, why can I not just simply like have people around me that I can be myself with, that I can be open with, you know? I want to be loud, I want to be myself simply. And I just really gave up on that when I was in school. And out of nowhere, you know, when the unhealthy friendship ended, I actually found a new one that I've been longing for my whole life. And yeah, so I think it's good to remember that when something doesn't work out, that means that there's something better coming your way, you know. It's hard to let go sometimes, and it's still a process that you should, I mean, it's still a thing that you should process, you know, because it's hard to let go of people, but do not beat yourself up over it, and just remember that there are better things coming your way, you know. And what was not meant for you, it's not meant for you. you know? So
Love and hugs to everyone, heart.
thank you, Silver. True. Yeah. It's kind of nah. I think I just had like a random thought because of what Silver said. I think hugs are like such a wonderful thing. Like, I am a person, like, I love physical contact. However, you know, like, it kind of sucks. Like, I grew up not having like physical contact. Like, it was something I've been craving for my whole life. But I'm not able to express it. Kind of like, I feel sometimes also just a little bit like unusual when people show me like any physical like affection, I guess, you know. Like, I get surprised. But yeah.
Love to see that you bring mental health to light. It's a rock we often sit on. Sometimes actions like yours can help flip those rocks to see what good stuff awaits underneath. Hat off to you.
Thank you, Rocket. Thank you, Rocket. Ooh. Thank you so much. That's, first of all, that's very, very generous donation. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And second of all, yeah, I just think personally, like, I know that I'm trying to stop calling myself stupid. I'm trying to stop calling myself stupid because I do that a lot, like, for jokes too, but like, I'm just gonna say, like, I know that I may not know many things in life. I'm maybe not educated on like many things in life, you know?
Skibbity Jack Black.
Okay, thank you, Silver. I may not know many things in life, but one object that like I'm very passionate about is like mental health, because I think I actually talked about stuff with my friend last time, a few days ago. It's because I personally like had such a change again. Like, I'm gonna be like very rough here. Maybe not completely, but it's just like simply for me, I was at a point in my life where everything felt miserable, and I was having not very nice thoughts about everything in my life. I was literally like, you know, I would like cry like almost daily, and just kind of like also praying at the same time. I would just like repeat myself over. I remember just like this one night, like I remember this night exactly because I was like so hysterical, and I was literally like wondering like why I'm not able to, you know, just to be happy and be myself. It's a long story, but and then suddenly having such a like change in my life where it's just like I went from being miserable and just like pretty much like at the bottom, like below the bottom of my life, you know, just like really like rock bottom, to how I am right now, which is literally feel like I'm like I grow I growed I grew, and I just keep growing, you know, and just like learning, and I'm become more and more of myself, and I actually like started to love myself, you know. It's just like, and having a completely different perspective on life, and just basically knowing that changes like this are possible, and knowing that there are people like who feel like me, where like they feel like maybe there's like no other options left and just like life is miserable, and there's like just thoughts about not feeling what you feel anymore, to kind of, I guess, give those people like a little example, like, hey, like I was at a very bad point in my life, and yet I was able to, you know, change it, and now I'm like, I love myself, I'm happy, I love my friends, like I love everything about life, and I feel alive. I simply feel alive, you know? And yeah, just trying to give people like this little hope, hopefully, that theirs can change too, that things are not as bad as they seem sometimes. Maybe for now, yes, but not in the future, you know?
Your actions move more than you think. You are great.
Thank you, Rockadoo. Thank you, I appreciate it. So yeah, like I said, I may not know many things in life, and people might call me like clueless or like childish or like whatever it is. But like one thing that I'm passionate about, and like I'm sure I want to talk about, is just like mental health. You know. Hi Jake Daniels. Hi, hello. Thank you Jake, I appreciate it. I'm also proud of you. I'm sure you came a long way, and I see how much you work and see how much you do, and I'm also very proud of you.
Think
You're doing
twice.
amazing.
I didn't even think once.
Think twice? I didn't think once. Yeah. Okay, let me see. Hi Muyo, you take care of yourself too. You take care of yourself too. Thank you so much. Don't worry about me. Man, I got myself treats and I just didn't touch them at all. Okay. How do you feel with being alone if there's nobody positive around you? Hold on. Oh shit, that's wrong button. Okay, so I don't know about you, but I'm an introvert. I would say that. I'm an introvert. I personally don't have trouble doing things by myself, and I'm also a person, I need time by myself sometimes, you know, so that I can function around other people. And I would say like I had a time where basically I was like by myself, and I would just like, simply said, I would just spend time with myself most of the time. Like I would go to the movies by myself, you know, I would just like go outside to the parks by myself. I had a lot of time just like to simply spend with myself and be alone with my thoughts, and like just kind of like it felt like meditation a little bit. It was like a little bit complicated because like it's something I needed to get used to, because it was like a sudden change at that time. But at the same time, I have to say I was able to learn again that something that I haven't forgotten for a while, and it was simply that I just enjoy spending time with myself too, you know. I enjoy doing things by myself, you know. And it's kind of like finding this like inner peace at the same time too. And I felt one with myself. I don't know how to explain, but like, if you feel lonely and you have not healthy people around you, I would suggest maybe try to start a new hobby. Maybe try to, you know, do other things that you haven't done before. Like maybe try to simply like kind of like connect with your inner self, you know, just like spend time with yourself, you know, like you time, like it's a you time, you know. And I think when you learn how to have fun while just like spending time by yourself, you don't necessarily need people in order to, you know, feel like happy, you know. Like obviously I love having people around me. I'm just saying like I'm not gonna feel like super sad or lonely when I'm by myself. Honestly, being by yourself is a regret sometimes. I love going to the movies by myself. No, that's true. That is true though. It can be very nice for a change. Pinky promise we take care of ourselves. Yes, we do. Pinky promise we take care of ourselves. My friend used to call me fat and bully me, so once I started to work out fearlessly and always told myself I was fat and ugly because my friend said I was big. Now they still bully me and I stopped talking. Yeah, I think I know what you mean. I mean, it's kind of obvious they just like were saying it not because, you know. Yeah, first of all, that is not your friend. That is true. Thank you, Silver. That is not your friend. And you know, second of all, that's what I mean, like no matter how you change or something, they're still gonna like make fun of you because like your weight in your body was never like the problem at first. Like that was never a problem. It was simply their own insecurities and like whatever there is going on. Like they felt the need to, you know, bring you down for some reason. So I'm just saying that they will continue doing that. It doesn't matter like if you change your body or not, they will still gonna try to make fun of you and just like bully you. But that's what I'm saying, that's not your friend though. Friends don't do that. I was body shamed. I was bullied a lot, like for my body. Again, was not nice, but I just you know, now at my age, I just like lately I just realized why they bullied me. Maybe because they knew that I had potential and they were just like trying to hide it. I don't know for sure. I'm just saying, because like looking back at my old pictures, when I look back at my old pictures, I was like, I had a completely different image of myself, you know. There's a difference between joking with a friend and actually insulting them, and sometimes people take advantage of that and hide real insults on. Yeah, exactly. There's a difference between a joke and disrespect. Like sometimes people would try to, you know, to hide disrespect as a joke, but I don't know, I think I can tell the difference because like I don't know, like with my, for example, with my best friend, I know that whatever she does or says, I know like how much she loves me, like, and I love her, and like how much, you know, our bond means to each other. And I know that she would never actually insult me like that. Like I trust her so much, I know she would never insult me like that. Like even if somebody would like literally hold a knife to her neck, and she still would not do that, you know. And I mean, same for me, I would not do that too. So it's kind of like, I have people, you know, that I know are not gonna insult me like seriously, you know, to hurt my feelings. But back then I had friends who would just like hide their jokes as insults. For example, I was called stupid my whole life, and then there was a few times where I told my best friend, I was like, I remember that one time I told like, hey, I don't like, could you please stop calling me stupid? Like it really does not feel nice. Like this word specifically just literally like makes me super upset. Like I just, you know, and like the only response I got was simply like, oh, we're just joking. Like it's not serious. We're just joking. Like you're taking it too seriously. And that's not it. You know, body shaming me, making fun of my body and saying it's a joke is also not the same. Man, this music is really chill, I have to say. I just put like random like ambient music in the background. I love my BFFs, and usually they respect my boundaries, but one of my close friends doesn't respect my personal space. She tells me inappropriate things and it makes me uncomfortable. Well, since she doesn't understand it in a nice tone, you might as well sit down and tell her, for like seriously, have a serious talk with her. Like set up your boundaries like seriously, in a way she understands that if she doesn't start like respecting your personal space, that, you know, that you don't feel respected, and that the fact that she doesn't care, that it makes you uncomfortable, is making you even more uncomfortable, you know, and that you just simply don't want these type of people around you in your life, and you have all the rights to do so. Because why would you keep someone who makes you uncomfortable in your life? Because it's not like you just cut them off. You just simply you share with them what makes you uncomfortable, and it's their decision whether or not they are gonna listen to it, respect it, and like change it, or if they're gonna say, I'm not gonna do it, and just like lose you as a friend, you know? It's really that simple. It's not that hard to respect people's boundaries. Actually, I thought I was stupid until I was probably 24. I realized I wasn't stupid, I just didn't know what was good back then, and everyone made me feel stupid. No, I get it, Jake. Yeah. Well, wonderful that we figured it out now, isn't it? That we're not stupid at all, actually. Thank you, the call. Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you. I had an acquaintance who made a distasteful joke out of my name, and now I'm worried it isn't the right name for me. Are you worried just because they said something? Like, was that the name for you that you felt like your gut felt comfortable with? Like, that you felt like connected to? Because if yes, keep it. Keep your name. Why would somebody else's word, like, more worth than how you feel? It's not their name. Like, they're not the one living with the name, right? So like, and I think they would, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think they would give a shit if you change the name or not. What if you change the name and they're gonna make fun of the second name too? You know? If you like it, keep it. Don't change it. Hmm. Hmm. I've always had a hard time setting boundaries with friends because I'm chronic people pleaser, and anytime I try I always get ignored or laughed at because they think I'm joking. Yeah. Like I said, I used to have the same thing. Yeah, I grew up being a people pleaser too. I was basically shaped into it.
I've been helping my friend because she's not really confident in herself and she doesn't surround herself with great people. Any tips on helping her?
Give me a second. Wait. Give me a second. Yeah, I was basically shaped into a people pleaser, kind of. Just like feeling like I have to say what people want to hear and not really what I have to say. You know, because I always like, since I was little, I always felt like I'm responsible for people's emotions. Because if I'm gonna give like one answer that is not what they want to hear, it's gonna mean it's gonna be bad and there's gonna be conflict and just like la 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 la, you know. So yeah, I grew up being people pleaser too, but getting ignored or laughed at because they think you're joking. But the thing is, like, when they think you're joking, have you tried to, like, I mean, obviously I think you told them that you're not joking, but they still think you're joking. It's kind of weird, you know, to maybe sit down and actually tell them, you know, that there are like consequences when people people need to understand that there are consequences when they treat you a specific way. Like, because if people think that they're gonna keep getting away with it, they're gonna just keep doing it. But you need to let them know that there are consequences to it, you know. Whether they give a shit or not is their problem, but we're talking about you right now, you know, and what you allow and what you don't allow, what you feel comfortable with. So yeah, maybe try to sit down with them and tell them actually, you know, how you feel and like what might, like, and how it's gonna affect your friendship if they don't respect it. And whatever they do with that is gonna be up to them, you know, if they're gonna respect it or not. I feel like I'm a spot with the music. I actually love it. Thank you. No, I actually love the music too. I didn't expect it to be like so chill. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Lord S. Thank you. This point in my life, I just go so ignore people if they start giving me worthy energy. Don't even give them a chance to examine their side. It's awesome. Have radical self for yourselves, guys. That's true. I mean, if it works for you, you can do that too. You know? Because I mean, that's what I mean. Some people don't let it slide the first time. Finally convinced my parents to let me do therapy and get me professional help. One step at a time and I'm okay. You are a river. Congratulations. Sounds like a good start and a good plan. I'm going to ask this one last time. Please, anyone reply with advice? If you're completely empty, tired, and numb, I just don't know what to do. Please, anyone help? The only thing I can suggest again is trying maybe to go to therapy. If you don't have that option, try to do other things to work on your mental health. Again, maybe journaling can help a lot to maybe just let your thoughts out, and then you can see them on paper, and maybe you get to understand better how you feel, and maybe what to do. But sometimes it's just good to have an outlet, so maybe meditation is also good. I recommend meditation too. Yeah, I know that some people think it's stupid, but it's actually very, very nice. Yeah. Okay. Give me a second.
I had a friend who was always rude and always seemed to dislike talking with me. They wouldn't be straight with me and ignored me sometimes. Don't surround yourself with people who don't care about you, heart.
Good said, Silver. Well, I'm glad you figured out for yourself, Silver. And I'm glad that you were able to grow, and feel better. So, and this takes a lot of bravery too to do that. So you did a good job. I'm glad, Silver. What was I saying before? All right. So I know you have a video on it, but could you address body dysmorphia again? I see a lot of people in chat asking about it. Okay, well, yes, like Azora said, I already have a video on body dysmorphia. If you want to, you can go and check it out. But I'm gonna repeat it again here too. Oh, I need to take some air. Oh, hold on. um me, I think I'm gonna try to keep it short. Me being bullied in school for my body made me have no like imagination at all, like about my body. Like my body would change each time I would look in the mirror, like every 5 minutes probably. Like I would just look in the mirror and it would always change. It would stress me out because I just don't have an imagination what I look like, you know. And it's just like, it's awful because it keeps changing. So kind of start losing myself, you know. And then like I decided to kind of force myself to get used to it, you know, to seeing myself, because like I would always avoid taking photos. I still do sometimes, but I'm just being honest. And I knew that, you know, maybe it's not gonna go away completely, but I can help to, you know, work on it. And so yeah, basically when I started to, you know, do outfit videos, I would like record them, I would save them in my drafts, and then during the day when I would feel like I would start stressing again, you know, freaking out maybe because of like my body changing, I would pull out my phone and just like look at my drafts, and I would look at the video and I would tell myself, this is what you look like, you know, like whatever you have in your mind right now, it's not the correct one, and the way you look on the phone, like that's what you look like, so that I don't stress myself what I look like and I just see it on my phone basically. And I think after a while, even though when I started doing like outfit videos and I would draw them, I kind of, as an artist, I also need to understand the silhouette when I draw. So I kind of was forced to draw my body over and over again. Sorry.
Been stressing a lot. Watching this is helping. TU.
Thank you, Vade. Thank you very much. But I hope you're gonna do better, you know? Relax a little bit. Maybe get yourself some tea or like water with lemon. That's good. And yeah, but basically I would start drawing my body, because like I would have to do that in order to do my outfit videos. So I think after a while I just got used to my body, kind of, so where I don't like have to question what it looks like anymore. Because I think I also started to understand, even if it does look like different, I don't mind it at all, you know. Also, yeah, I think I said, wait, did I don't know. I break up with my girlfriend and I think I have emotional dependence on her and I'm feeling empty, like she take a piece of me. Any help with that, please? Emotional dependence, yeah, I get it. I used to be like that too, I think, where I was emotionally dependent on people, which was stressing me out. But I think that it's kind of like, I'm trying to put my thoughts. I think, you know, whenever I look at the world and I see how many times people come together and then they go their different ways. Like I see people coming with a different person like each month and stuff like that. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing, I'm just giving as an example where I'm like, it doesn't just end there. You know what I mean? Like, I'm grateful for every single person that I had like a connection with, whether platonic or not, and like for the time like we spent together, because obviously like it was still nice, but at the same time also grateful because I was able to gather the experience that I needed, you know. And basically, even if things don't work out as much as they hurt, I know that I'll be okay by the end. Like, I also know that it's okay to feel upset. It's okay to feel like sad about it because you feel like there's something missing, and it's understandable, because if you spend like a lot of time with this person, it's just like you get so used to having them around where it's just like don't know what else to do, because now you're supposed to do something else, you know. And yeah, but basically, do not ignore your feelings. It's okay to feel them. It's okay to feel upset, and it's okay to like grieve that relationship you had. But you know, don't beat yourself up for it too much. You know, process it, and then, you know, with time you're just gonna let go of it. And just keep in mind that sometimes things are just not meant to be. It doesn't mean like, and when people break up, it doesn't always mean like that there's gonna be a fight. Sometimes you can like each other very much, but things just doesn't always work out the way you want them to, you know. And that's okay. Basically, does it hurt both people? Yes, I'm sure, and I'm sure it also hurts your partner too. But life doesn't end there. We get attached to people, we bond with people, we show people our vulnerable side, and it's hard to let go, but you have to, you know. But that, like I said, something better may come your way. True, some things are meant to be forever, and that's okay. Loving yourself is the number one thing. That's true. That is true. I do like to remind people why loving yourself first is important before entering a relationship, is because I think when you love yourself, you know how you want to be treated. You know that there are things that you don't want people to overstep. You know your boundaries, and you respect your boundaries. That means that you're gonna, you know, pay attention that they respect it, and you're not gonna let people walk over you. Breakups can be something great to remember. My ex and I were really attached to each other, but the time difference was hurting the both of us. We both agreed to end it and spoke our appreciations. Yeah, no, I get it. But that's a wonderful way to do things. That's what I mean. Like, sometimes, you know, you can just like appreciate each other very much, and you can like also love each other very much, but things don't always work out in life. It's also part of it, unfortunately. I would love to tell you that everything works out, but sometimes it doesn't, but that's okay too. Because I'm sure, again, there's something better coming your way. I'm getting kind of hungry. I have this friend. Hold on. Sorry. Let me see. I have this friend that was really clingy around me and made me uncomfortable, but I don't know how to say that. I don't want to be friends with her anymore. You're gonna have to say it. You're gonna, you know, try to communicate, sit down. You don't have to fight. Just saying, like, in case that's why you're scared. Just sit down, talk to them, explain to them that, you know, that you're simply a person who doesn't feel comfortable when somebody's like is like in your personal space so much, and that you like you're more of a person that kind of needs time alone, or just like the way you are, you know. I don't know exactly what's going with like what your preferences are. And yeah, it's also okay if you say that. Basically, if somebody makes you uncomfortable, you can tell them. Sorry guys, also I think I'm gonna go soon because I'm slowly getting a little bit tired. Hi Jen. You're grilling barbecue for a client. Oh wow. Okay. Okay. Well, guys, like I said, I do think I'm gonna go. Because again, I myself, I'm getting a little bit tired. Okay, hold on. One last one. So maybe I'm paranoid, but I can people looking at me weirdly and snickering at my looks. I don't know if I look weird or something, but it makes it difficult to go out these days anywhere. I understand. But you know, sometimes when I feel people like also snickering, just like laughing at me, like I like to just remember to myself, like, okay, it's basically so okay, but like, even if they do, what if they do snicker about my looks? How does like, it's kind of like pathetic. I don't know, because like, why would you snicker about somebody else's looks? You know what I mean? I think at some point I just got used to it. I was like, when people talk, they talk, it's fine. If they don't, it's also fine, you know? And I lost my thought there for a second. Sorry, I lost my thought. Alright. Just try to simply be yourself like you did before. And if somebody's gonna look at you and snicker, let them do that, you know? Like, and I'm saying it in a sense, let them do that. Basically, don't let it like affect you too much, because I don't know how much free time you have to, you know, look at someone snicker all the time. But yeah. Oh my god, sorry. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, Jen. Anyway. Take care of yourself, guys. I'm gonna go, like I said, I'm gonna go. Thank you, Azora. So take care of yourself, get yourself a little treat. And I'll see you next time, as always. But yeah, I'm gonna and take a little rest now. Okay, bye bye.